Hello everybody, my name is Temariaaa, and today we are finally getting around to our 2024 updated Island Unique Hair tutorial. I know my last one was in November of last year, but a lot has changed, especially the maps. So we're going to go through and I'll give you everything I know. The first thing I'm going to teach you is how to properly identify an Island Unique Hair in the wild. That's because some of these are a little hard to identify. For example, from far away, topaz and light chestnut may look the same, or obsidian may look the same as just regular black hair. So we're going to start off by showing you how to tell the difference. I want to go ahead and apologize in advance for this incredibly dark ring right here. I'm still having this issue, however I am aware it is not an issue with Wild Horse Islands, as I have this same problem with Horse Life as well. But we're going to go ahead and hop on over to Blizzard, and I will teach you guys how to identify one. We're going to start off by finding a horse with white or palomino hair, so I can show you this example. Right here we have a horse with white hair. You can identify it as being white and not Island Unique. Hey, come back! Because it has these lines, these gray markings in the hair. Oh, this horse doesn't like me. That's okay. It'll have these markings in the hair, and Island Unique hairs do not have that. The best example I can give you is I have an icy black bay quarter horse next to a regular black bay quarter horse right here. As you can see, even on the black hair, they have those lines and the highlights, whereas my boy Rooftop Pizza here does not. Most IUH colors will also respond to light. So if we get up right here with the icy, I guess I can't really show you with the artificial light. I gotta wait for the sun, hang on. Okay, I can show you right here. See how I move my camera around and the lighting on the tail kind of adjusts itself? Almost every IUH color, including Leafy, will do this. The regular mane and tail typically will not. However, I do, again, have a visual issue right now. But they respond to light so much more than a non-Island Unique hair will. See, it adjusts as we move our camera. You can see this especially on the pearly and the shiny colors, so like amethyst, topaz, obsidian, stuff like that. There's really no identifier you need for the glowing ones, like the neons. They just glow bright in abnormal colors. The next thing we'll get onto is lassos. Personally, I will always use bronze. Lasso cost entirely depends on what island you are buying from. So because I use bronze, they're about 21 per like bronze ore. You need 3 for 1 lasso. So in order to make 100 lassos, you need 300 bronze and 100 rope. The middle ground here is desert. For example, ruby and above in tier will only require 2 of each ore per lasso, whereas gold and below will always require 3. I do have a couple charts that you guys may have seen in the last video that I made for this back in November, so I'll go ahead and put those up on the screen now, as none of the prices or the islands have really changed when it comes to ores. This is the chart for wood through gold. All of these require 3 per lasso. So going across that, we have the ore, followed by the cost of 1, just 1 singular ore. The cost of 300, which is the equivalent of what you need for 100 lassos. And then we just add in the 100 rope cost to get that final cost on the side. Feel free to take a screenshot of this and I'll bring up the expensive ore in a minute. Here are your expensive ores, ruby through prismatic. Once again, the cost of 1, the cost of 200, which is what you need for 100 lassos, and the cost of 100 lassos overall, with the cost of 100 rope added right on. Feel free, I'll give you a minute to take a screenshot of this one as well. There are 2 methods that you can use for IUH hunting. These methods are run and refresh and mass capture. I will be showcasing both of them, however, we'll be focusing a little bit more on mass capture, as that is the method that I use most frequently. I'm just going to go ahead and buy some bronze that I need for some lassos. We're only going to do 100 lassos, so I'm only going to grab 300 followed by 100 rope. And we're going to go ahead and craft those real quick, and then I will show you guys pretty much everything else. Just give me just a minute. Here is our list of Island Unique hair colors, starting with Blizzard. We have Icy Blue, Icy White, Icy Pink, and Icy Black. On Forest, we have Leafy, Flowery, Pearly, and Pearly Green. Over on Royal, we have Leathery, Clear Quartz, Cowprint, and Pearly Pink. On Desert, of course, we have Limestone, Ruby, Sandstone, Zebra Print, and Pearly Red. On Mountain, we have Diamond, Sapphire, Pink Cowprint, Pearly Orange. Over on Jungle, we have Topaz, Emerald, Amethyst, Mossy, and Tiger Stripes. On Lunar, we have Moonstone, Obsidian, Neon Purple, Neon Blue, and Pearly Blue. And finally, over on Volcano, we have Prismatic, Volcanic Orange, Volcanic Black, and Pearly Black. Knowing the types of IUH that are on each island is very important, as it allows you to identify an IUH from a little bit further away because you kind of know what colors you're looking for. You're going to need an Arabian or a Teke for this. They must have really good stamina. My girl Cruella here, her stamina is not perfect. It's 99, but she's also got the bonus. Horseshoes really help you out here, so there's a reason to start doing your login streak, besties. That is how you get the horseshoes. Cruella here has prismatic ones, so when she runs, her total stamina is just over 159. Hey, this is post-editing Tem here, so there's no PNG on the screen. I totally forgot to cover what mass capture and run and refresh were, so here we go! You guys get my OBS text up in the corner. I'm not editing in more text, I just finished editing this video. But run and refresh is essentially the act of running an entire island. So for example, we're just gonna check down here. I'm not gonna seriously run this one, it's just kind of an example. We got horses down here. You're gonna run around and check all of the spawns. So as you see here, I am not catching anything. I'm just running it. You're only catching what you want here. So when you run around the island, say you're looking for something specific like an IUH or an event. If this were an IUH or an event, you would catch this, turn around, and keep on moving. When you are finished, assuming you have already found everything you want to find, this is how I do it. I will go to an island that is an entire other server. So like on this one, we're gonna go, I don't know, straight to Royal Island. That works. Or you can go to, if you don't want to check like 3 more islands, you can go to the Trading Hub, you can go to Training Island, you can go to, I don't know, pretty much anywhere. Once you're on whatever island you've chosen, you're gonna turn around. You can check these islands if you want, but if you don't want to, I would suggest going to one of the islands here on the side. And you are going to go back to that set of islands you were just on. Run and refresh works best if you have free travel, or you have enough tokens that spending them doesn't really matter that much to you. But if we come over here now, there should be a different horse here because we've just refreshed the server. See, before we had a chestnut thoroughbred here. Now, of course, we have a chestnut paint horse in its place, and all of the spawns will have different horses, including that Hogan's area is also completely refreshed. Next up, I'm going to show you guys mass capture. So, I don't have inventory space, but we're just going to go ahead and clear like 10 horses so I can go run Lunar. There we go, a quick 10. That's 9. There we go, 10. It's also worth knowing, if you're doing it the way I am with a full inventory, how many spawns are on each island. I don't have the count for the newer islands, so I won't include a full list in here. When I do get the count for the islands, I'll include them in the description, so remember to check back regularly. But I can tell you, because I'm going to be catching on Lunar, that Lunar has 10 spawn points. If you see this part of the video, comment Chalupa. I personally find mass capture to be the more fun of the two, because let's be honest, running an island over and over and then just not doing anything gets kind of boring. While you do this, you're at least catching stuff, you get to see what kind of cool coats you can catch, and overall, you might get some coats that you need for your capture log. So this one really is just you catch everything on the island. If you want my advice, I would say pick 2 islands. So for example, I run Lunar and Volcano. In doing this, I have captured, I believe, 7 IUHs on Lunar. However, some of them were with run and refresh, but I'm just saying, I run Lunar and Volcano all the time, and Lunar has definitely rewarded me for it. And as you guys can see, my inventory is once again full with all of the horses we just caught. And pretty much you go down to Larry and you sell these, or if you are not struggling with a vault, but I am, you can just sell them to Larry and keep on moving, or you can keep them and fill whatever inventory you have left and sell them all in one go if you feel like it. I'll go ahead and show you guys my routes right now, starting of course with Blizzard, one of my most painful islands to run. Now this is gonna look really confusing, I get it. I had to run this 3 times to map out the way I take. But this is my route for Blizzard. I promise you it'll make sense when you try running it. I have no words. Take a screenshot if you want. Total credits for the spawn points and their roaming distance to Miriam's Elk in Unofficial Happy Acres. Thank you. Next up, of course, we're going right to Forest. I'm just gonna run it so I can kind of in my head map out which way I go. I've never mapped out my Forest run, I just sort of do it. So you'll have to give me just a minute. And next up, this is my Forest route. I do double back a lot of times, but that's only because there's usually 2 to 3 spawns on that beach off to the side. And yes, you can cut through the cave that connects to the beach, but you will miss a spawn point if you do that. But here is my route for Forest. Go ahead and screenshot it. Moving on to our mid-tier islands, we're going to have Royal, Desert, and Mountain. And of course, here is my map for Royal Island. Next up, we'll have Desert. I'm also running these islands at the same time that I give you guys the maps. So just in case there's an IUH, you know, it could be cool to have in a video, but if not, you know, we're still running just in case. And here's our map for Desert. When it comes to Mountain, I'm gonna grab somebody else's map because I personally have not mastered Mountain yet. So I'll leave their credit right when they come up. While I'm running Desert, I figured I would give you guys just a little bit of advice when it comes to IUH hunting. Remember to take breaks. This stuff can take hours, days, sometimes weeks or months. And ultimately, like, if you find yourself starting to get upset when you can't find one, because it does take a long time, that should be a sign that you need to take a break. Go get food, go get water, maybe go take a nap. Like, it is not that serious. It's okay. Even I myself have done a lot of searching sometimes, and I don't find one for months.
The Garfield months?
Hang on. Whereas other times, I just wake up, log in, and there's one just right in front of me. I'm screaming, I'm crying, this is an IUH Frisian? That's how I feel about everything that happens to me. I'm just like, that happened. Like... It's very, very random. The spawn chance is 1 in 9,000 per spawn point. So again, very hard to get, very random to spawn. I'm just showing you guys a way to a more organized way to try and find one. Here is the Mountain route. I've tried running this one myself. I can confirm it is pretty good. Credits are completely to Irrelevant Teen and Unofficial Happy Acres. Thank you so much for this map. It's very good. I've used it. And you know what? Why fix what's not broken? So, thank you. Next up, we're on our way over to Jungle Island. Here is my map of jungle. Feel free to screenshot. Lunar and Volcano are up next. And here's our map for Lunar. You're going to start at spawn. There's one spawn point right next to spawn, and then you're going to loop down and go across this moon here. And you're gonna go up and finish off the last 2 islands. And here's the map of the final island, Volcano. This is the route that I personally take. I hope it helps you. I think beyond that, all of the maps and all that, the most I can say to you guys is it's gonna take a lot of running to catch an IUH. It will take a while, and you need to remember to take care of yourself during that time. Take breaks, don't be there for too long, maybe get up and walk around sometimes. It'll take a long time, but I promise you it'll be worth it in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other kind of tutorials you want to see. I haven't done one in so long. And good morning for now.